Hopefully, as you're listening to me talk about verbal communication, you'll understand the words that I'm saying. How do you know what each word means? Well, you were taught each word. If you think about it, each word is a code. And the society in which you live in, the culture in which you were brought up, teaches you the meaning of these codes. Another word for understanding and being able to speak codes is language. So all of you are able to speak a certain language, whether your primary language is English and you have secondary languages, or whether you only speak English. If you're able to understand what I'm saying now, it's because you know the language of English. Now, we're going to go over certain principles of verbal communication. Principle number one is that language has rules. Language is a code, a collection of symbols, letters, or words with arbitrary meanings that are arranged according to the rules of syntax and are used to communicate. The second principle is that our reality is shaped by our language. Now, there were two researchers back in the day named Benjamin Lee Whorf and Edward Sapir. You might have heard of them. They came up with the Whorf-Sapir hypothesis, which basically states that our perception of reality is determined by our thought process, and our thought processes are limited by language, and therefore language shapes our reality. Now please watch this short clip from the film Amistad.
What I should have said...
No, I can't translate that.
You can't translate what?
I can't translate should.
You saying there's no word in Mendate for should?
No, either you do something or you don't do it.
In the clip, the Mende translator says he can't translate the word should. Why is that? What does that tell us about the reality of Mende people? Also, what does that tell us about the reality of American people? The third principle of communication is that language is arbitrary and symbolic. Basically what this means is, let's take as an example the letter S. Okay, the letter S has a sound associated with it. The letter could have just as easily been reversed or a different character entirely when the alphabet was created. Once it was created, it became a character referred to as representing a sound or in combination with other letters. A word that represents an idea or concept. Okay? Once you have an agreed upon vocabulary, it's oftentimes stored in the dictionary. Then it's possible to interpret words and refer to the dictionary whenever you need to look up the meaning. That's called the denotative meaning. Okay? The denotative meaning is the dictionary meaning or the common meaning. The opposite of that is a connotative meaning. Connotative meanings can refer to emotions associated with certain words, but the association between the word and the emotion is an individual or personal one, and is not held by larger society. The fourth principle is that language is abstract. Words represent things and ideas in our environment. They simplify otherwise complex concepts. The fifth principle of communication is that language organizes and classifies reality. Our language organizes and classifies our realities in ways we may not normally notice.